Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Bury Golf Range in Suffolk. Today I am doing a review of the JPX900 Fairway. Now this is the 3-wood, new for Mizuno this year. And they've changed a little bit in the colour. Now, it's the same blue as such, they've just gone dull. They've just gone a matte blue rather than the shiny blue of the 850. I personally like it, I prefer the matte look rather than the shiny, although I did like the shiny look, but I only liked it because I hadn't seen the matte yet. And if I'd have seen the matte last year, I'd have said, oh, prefer that one. But it looks nice. Especially looks nice. I've got this in the Fujikura 6 shaft, stiff flex, which is blue with the blue head. It does look quite nice. There is also the speeder option, the orange one. Don't know if you've seen it. That's an option. It's a standard this year, so there is the option between the two. But it all depends. When you get fit, it is important to make sure you get fit, and then you'll get fit into a certain type of shaft. I can't guarantee it's going to be blue or orange or either or. Right, this is set up as a 15-degree head. There's a weight track at the bottom, 15 gram weight that goes back and forth, and 3, 2, 1 setting. One's it's closest to the face and it's low spinning but less forgiving setting, and then number 3 is it ripped far back in its forgiving setting. Right, so it's a nice, it's a fairly shallow head. It's not something massively deep and chunky, something which is quite nice on a 3-wood, because you do hit 3-wood off the deck, and it does get a little bit difficult to hit 3-wood sometimes when you have like the really deep fat heads. We're outside today because it's half decent weather for March. We'll be doing a lot more outside now. It's starting to get a little bit better, a bit windy, but hope that's not picking up too much on the microphone. Underneath, on the sole, they've got this shockwave pattern, or I think they call it shockwave from Mizuno, where it's basically helping the face flex when you hit. It's giving it an extra push. One thing I have noticed, not so much on this one, it does a little bit, but it happens especially on the hybrid. So if you haven't seen that review, pop on the channel, have a look. Because of this shockwave design, it on some mats, and I've heard it with the EZ as well, so the EZ from Mizuno, the other model, more game improvement as such to this, is on certain mats it grabs the floor. Just as you go to take away, it kind of wants to grab, and I've noticed that on the hybrid, and what I'm doing is consciously picking it up a little bit. And it is a little bit off-putting, it is, because I'm having to put less pressure or do something different to what I always do. And I've hit many different clubs, reviewed many different clubs, and this is the first one where I actively feel that when I kind of pull away, it's like grip. That's off-putting. It doesn't happen so much with the 3-wood because you've got that track which goes back and so forth. Right, the shaft is a bit long for me. I've got my 3-wood here, my Ping G30, and I've got Game Golf on the bottom, so that will increase the length of it very slightly, but it is longer. Now, it's about, let's have a look, set it up. It's about nearly an inch. If I take the Game Golf bit off, because it's not part of the club, it's about an inch longer. Now, I can definitely feel that when I set it up to it. It does feel massive for a 3-wood. It does feel like I'm standing like driver distance away. But, I mean, when you put it down by the ball, the head does look really nice, especially with this blue shaft. It's got a nice little white lipstick line around the outside, and it's finished off, typically Mizuno, looks lovely. So, anyway, that's enough chat about the head and the shaft and everything else. Let's just give it a hit and see how it feels off the face. Oh, okay. All right. Now, that sound was loud. It was a lovely little crack. Well, no, little. There was a nice crack to it. Manufacturers seem at the moment to be making obviously these composite heads, etc., with the drivers, and everything's getting a little bit dull. Everything's going to look dull like that. That was a really satisfying crack. Not massively loud, but loud enough. Let's hit another one. Oh yeah, that's a really nice crack to it. That's bullet straight. I might not be seeing that ball again. That is bullet straight, and it is a lovely, lovely feeling. Now, I've had to play around with this head. I mean, there's so many different loft settings, etc. on this thing. Obviously, it goes 15 standard, down to 13, up to 15, and 1 degree increments in between. And then you've got upright settings as well. Then you've got the track. So you do need to get fit for this. It's very difficult to custom fit yourself. That's not even talking about the shaft. Right, I've set this up to try and get it as similar flight-wise to my Ping G30. Now, I'll need to wait until I get onto GC2 with my Game Ball Vice Pro, because when I first got this out and it was 15 degrees, this went up. It just went up and, oh my word, and it came down with snow on it. So I'm having to drop it down to 13 and push the weight forward to see if I can get the trajectory something close to my Ping G30. Yeah, that's gone. That is a really, really nice crack right out the middle. I'm liking this. I do like the sound of this. I've got a real ball here, shall we? Yes, why not? Let's hit a real ball. Never to be seen ever again. And let's see what noise it makes with a real ball. This is going to be piercing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was nice. Okay. I'm going to like this. I'm going to go hit this with GC2 with my Game Ball Vice Pro. And I'm going to see, first of all, what it's going to do in its standard setting. So it's right out the bat, 15 degree setting with the weight in its normal position. Then I'm going to do a quick hit and just see if we can play, so we can dial this one in a little bit. But let's go hit some balls. Right guys, numbers time for the JPX900 Fairway. I've done some interesting testing on this because I've tested it first and it's 15 degree setting, basic, exactly as it comes out of the box, just to see how it performs. The shaft is slightly longer than I'd like, and I don't like the shaft length. It's 1 inch longer than my G30, and I can notice it, and I really do notice it, to the point of when I hit it, I don't feel that I'm confident that I can bash the middle every single time. Now, on most of these shots, I slightly towed them, and I purely believe it's because of my feelings that the shaft is too long. People react differently with shafts not the correct length. So you'll have to get fit. This is so important. You've got to get fit. So, quick summary of the numbers. With the 900 in 15 degrees, standard weight setting, 144 ball speed, so decent ball speed, 11.8 degrees launch, so that's 12 degrees of launch. That's not bad at all. I was towing these a little bit, so it was not bad tows. I'm talking there was like 3-4 millimeters toe. So 0.4 right, 6.8 left. That's the spin axis tending to bend towards through gear effect to the left. Spinning up at 3823, which is quite a lot, but it's straight out the bat. 32 peak height, 41.9 descent angle in degrees, which is quite unhealthy, but 225 on average carry. Now 225 is not bad at all, so that's for a start, it's not. Now what I did then is I went and got my Ping G30 and then hit that. Now my Ping G30 has been fit for me. It's got an inch shorter shaft than the 900 Fairway, and instantly, obviously, because it's fit for me, I feel more comfortable. The Ping G30 is actually set up at 15.5 degrees, so half a degree, or 15.6, I think how they do it, 15, yeah. Anyway, 15.5 degrees. So it's about half a degree more than what the Mizuno is. Right, 146 ball speed, 2 miles an hour faster. So 2 miles an hour, yeah. 12 degrees launch, so basic, exactly the same. 2.4 right, 0.3 left. I very fractionally pushed it, that's all, but I just pushed it slightly. Backspin at 3024, bang on where I want to be. 31.8 peak height, which is within 0.2 of a degree of where the JPX 900 was. 39.5 descent angle, so about 1.4 degrees shallower on descent, which is hardly anything, but 239 carry. That is 14 yards further. Right, so then I thought, hang on a minute, that's not quite right. I then start messing about with the weight settings and the loft setting to try and get that 900 fairway as best as I could do, married in anywhere near as I could to try and get it close to that. So after a lot of messing about, I moved the loft all the way down to 13 degrees, as low as it will go. I pushed the weight as far forward as it can go to try and get the spin down, and I got one at 140. I got the shot here. I had to hit a lot, because the problem is when I was messing around with all the different weights and changing all the lofts, etc., my GC2 list would have been massive. So what I've done, once I dialed it in, captured the information, it's 146 ball speed, the same as my Ping G30, 12.5 degrees launch, so within half a degree, 2.9 right, 7.5 left. Again, that's the toe strike. We're not talking like right off the toe, we're talking 3, 4, 5 millimeters toe, but you can still feel it because it's a very good feedback club. You can really feel the feedback from that. Spinning at 3099 within reason, that's bang on where I want it to be. 32.9 peak height, so it's fractionally higher than my Ping G30, and then 41 descent angle, slightly steeper. And then carry meters at 238. So within reason, that's very, very good. This proves you have to get fit. Definitely get fit for these clubs, because if you just take them out the bat, you can have a pretty decent performing club, but you're not maximising the club if you don't actually get fit for it. You can tell there by me doing a little bit of custom fitting for myself. I like obviously the shaft cut down in bits and pieces to try and take away this slight inconsistency of strike. But on the whole, after a long-winded test of trying to get it all dialed in, it actually performed pretty well. So guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, click the like button below. Comment below with anything you'd like to see within the channel or about this video. I'll try to reply to every single person, and don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my other social media. On Periscope, search AskGolfNut, and on Twitter, search @AskGolfNut. Thanks for watching.